Welcome to English Total, the podcast designed to help students master the English language. In this episode, we are exploring one of the most significant geopolitical shifts of the 21st century, the direct military conflict between the United States and the Islamic Republic of Iran. As we sit here in mid-April 2026, the global landscape has been irrevocably altered. To truly comprehend the weight of today's headlines, we must move beyond the surface. We will examine the collapse of diplomacy, the sudden transition from shadow wars to open combat, and the economic ripples felt by every household across the globe. This is a story of historical grievances meeting modern military power. For decades, the US and Iran have been engaged in what political scientists call a cold peace, or a shadow war. This has involved cyber attacks, economic sanctions, and proxy battles in third-party countries like Iraq, Syria, and Yemen. However, the framework of this relationship began to crumble at the start of 2026. Internal stability in Iran became a major international talking point early in January. Large-scale domestic protests over economic conditions and social restrictions were met with a severe government crackdown. The United States, led by President Donald Trump, took a hardline stance, citing human rights violations as a justification for increased military readiness. The tension reached a boiling point in late February. On February 28, 2026, the world woke up to the news of Operation Epic Fury. This was not a limited strike. It was a massive, coordinated aerial campaign. According to a research briefing by the House of Commons Library, Israel and the US have launched attacks on Iran, targeting its leadership, nuclear and ballistic missile program, and armed forces. The strikes aim to induce regime change in Iran. This operation marked the first time the United States had engaged in such extensive direct strikes on Iranian soil since the 1979 revolution. The following 6 weeks, often referred to by analysts as the 40-day war, saw a rapid exchange of fire. Iran's retaliation was swift, utilizing its vast arsenal of suicide drones and medium-range ballistic missiles. These were directed at U.S. military assets in the Persian Gulf and strategic targets within Israel. The human cost has been staggering. Unlike previous surgical strikes, this conflict moved into densely populated areas. As reported by Britannica in their ongoing coverage of the Middle East crisis, the strikes have caused both military and civilian casualties in Iran and Lebanon, leaving enormous damage, thousands of people dead, and millions of people displaced. Beyond the physical destruction, the war triggered a global economic emergency. Iran attempted to implement its long-threatened closure of the Strait of Hormuz. This narrow choke point is the world's most important oil artery, handling roughly 20% to 25% of global seaborne oil. When tankers were blocked or attacked, global oil prices surged to unprecedented levels, leading to energy rationing in several European and Asian nations. The turning point of the military campaign was the assassination of Iran's supreme leader, Ali Khamenei, during the initial strikes on Tehran. For nearly 40 years, Khamenei had been the ultimate authority in Iran. His sudden removal created an immediate power vacuum. In the absence of a clear successor, a security committee composed of Revolutionary Guard commanders took control. This group has been described by Western intelligence as fragmented and unpredictable. The New York Times noted in a March 2026 analysis, "The loss of a singular figurehead in Tehran has made traditional diplomacy nearly impossible, as various military factions compete for control over the remaining nuclear assets." By early April, the intensity of the air campaign began to decline, as both sides faced logistical exhaustion. On April 8, 2026, a temporary 2-week ceasefire was brokered. The primary mediator was Pakistan, with significant diplomatic backing from China, which is eager to see oil flow through the Persian Gulf once again. These negotiations, known as the Islamabad talks, are currently the world's best hope for avoiding a wider regional collapse. The United States has sent a high-level delegation led by Vice President J.D. Vance. Speaking to reporters on April 12, 2026, Vance highlighted the primary American demand. We need to see an affirmative commitment that they will not seek a nuclear weapon. That is the core goal of these discussions. We are not interested in temporary fixes. We want a denuclearized region. Time Magazine, April 2026. However, the Iranian Committee has countered with demands for massive reparations, money to rebuild their destroyed infrastructure, and the immediate withdrawal of all U.S. naval forces from the Persian Gulf. The U.S.-Iran conflict of 2026 serves as a stark reminder of how quickly historical tensions can ignite into modern warfare. While the ceasefire holds for now, the issues of nuclear proliferation, regional influence, and economic control remain unresolved. If you find this topic interesting, keep an eye on the outcomes of the Islamabad talks, as those treaties might dictate the future in the region. It's quiz time. Click on the link in the comments below. Don't forget to give us a like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.